This is the xSports Network.
Great food is just a short drive to Heinie's BBQ in Lawrenceburg. Mouth-watering is just one way to describe the amazing flavors of the best piece of Hinie in town. When you dig into a plate of pulled pork, hand-chopped brisket, chicken, wood-fire oven pizzas, and the menu goes on. Wash it all down with a swig of Hinie Shine lemonade and then make your way over to the gift shop full of Hinie sauces, snacks, and more. Heinie's BBQ, Highway 43 North in Lawrenceburg. Do you have a small farm, a big farm, or just critters in the backyard to feed? If you answered yes to any of those questions, then you need to make the short drive down to A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee today. Owner and operator Jamie Ayers has you covered and will treat you right. That's A&B Feeds in Etheridge, Tennessee.
Arctic Air keeps your home or business comfortable. For more than 20 years, we've provided outstanding residential and commercial services through southern Middle Tennessee. Whether you need assistance with your heat, air conditioning, preventive maintenance, or anything in between, trust our reliable team to get the job done. We'll take the time to figure out your specific needs and recommend what we believe is right and best for your situation.
We've been using Arctic Air for over 15 years now. Their service is great, they're here when we need them, and their prices are competitive. They take the worry out of the heat and air so I don't have to.
Arctic Air, when you need us, we'll be there.
A local law firm respected throughout the state. Generations of clients have turned to Boston, Holt, and Durham since 1948. We assist individuals and businesses with their legal needs, including real estate, property closings, personal injury, employment discrimination, and family law. Our clients get the personal attention and convenience of a hometown law firm with the resources and ability to handle any case. Come see us at Boston, Holt, and Durham.
From the xSports Network, this is xSports Live, presented by Heinie's BBQ.
And welcome back to xSports Live, brought to you by Heinie's BBQ. Here at Heinie's BBQ, the gang is back together again. We got Dusty Kaiser, Hayden Burks, Michael Marks joining us here tonight. And guys, it's been a while. We got a packed house here tonight. We got Lawrence County Golf. We've got Loretto and Summertown Volleyball getting ready for the SmackDown starting tomorrow. So, guys, it's that time of year. In 2 weeks, we're going to be playing official volleyball games. Golf's already in season, and our first official football games. And just when we thought the summer's going to be boring, what are we going to talk about? We're just 2 weeks away.
Here we are. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It felt like the other day we were just talking about, man, we're going to be in academic year soon.
Yeah.
You know, look at a little break, you know.
Oh, Dusty.
Oh.
Here we go
Right
already.
off the kick.
Man.
It's like you
Am I
missed
good?
it. It's like you missed a show or something.
You know, my bad, guys. I apologize. But yeah, you know, it's been real slow, and all of a sudden it's just wide open. I'm ready.
Yep.
I would say we thought this summer was going to be boring. We're sitting here, it's like, oh man, what are we going to be able to do this summer?
Yeah.
Man, you have Babe Ruth, you have just like the local teams, then you have that Southeast Regional, and
Yeah.
now the kids are back in school, and you're getting ready to start up volleyball and football season, and now we're about to hit the ground running again.
Yeah,
Exactly, with the summer, wrapping up with the Southeast Regional, we had that, we had a little bit of baseball, Baby Ruth League, all that stuff
Yeah.
kind of caught and playing, and all of a sudden it's just right back in the loop with football and volleyball just right around the corner. So I'm excited to see what these teams bring to the table.
Yeah, first things first here, trade deadline just got wrapped up in Major League Baseball. A lot of guys on the move, including one just down the road, Ryan Weathers, getting out of baseball purgatory, which is known as the San Diego Padres organization,
Yep.
and is making his way to Miami. I don't know which, might be one purgatory to another, but,
but
at
I
least
think
the Marlins upgrade their guys and
They-
send them up to the
They
next
do,
level.
and I think for being here, we'll get to see him a little more.
Absolutely.
Organization-wise, it can't be any worse.
Right.
Yeah.
At least they promote their guys.
They do promote their guys,
They
and I
do
mean,
that.
I think he can pitch. So I
absolutely.
mean, he shouldn't be down long before he's up.
Yeah.
I would think.
Tonight he's he's a member of the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp, the
Shrimp.
AAA affiliate of the Miami Marlins. He's pitching tonight in Memphis against the Redbirds here in about an hour. So
Yeah.
it's just gonna be his first professional appearance in his home state. So I think that's gonna be pretty cool to see.
Well, and I think the Marlins, however you want to look at them, Miami, they're not going to be like San Diego where you pitch on Monday on TV, and then Tuesday you're flying down, and then Friday or Saturday you're coming back. You see that as pitchers,
It's hard.
it's my game.
yeah.
It's not just going out and throwing. So hopefully for Ryan's
And maybe
sake.
just leaving that is the best thing for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I think,
they
leaving that,
send them
yeah.
up and down,
Right.
and the best thing for him could be, just a change of scenery.
Yeah,
We've seen that with
exactly.
several guys that's
Yeah, I was
worked
about
out
to
in a
say,
big
and AJ,
way.
like I was saying, we were talking about earlier this summer about Cody Bellinger,
Mm-hmm.
and how that scenery changed from LA to Chicago. I mean, he just won National
know.
League Player of the Month.
We're
batting
loving it.
400.
Oh, yeah, the Cubs are loving it
and the
right now.
Cubs,
That dude's
after the All-Star break, have just been
And
playing
we're now-
phenomenal. He's kind of leading that train.
3 games from the NL Central. Literally a week ago, they were, I think, 7.5 games. They beat the Reds tonight, take 3 out of 4. They're 2 games from the top spot.
Yeah.
Literally a week and a half ago, they were talking about selling Bellinger. Then they became buyers. Got Jamer Candelario, former Cubs farmhand.
Right.
Man,
Brought-
he's so
brought-
far 8 for
and-
9
and
in
he
his
is-
2 games.
That's what I say. He's almost batting 1,000 for
Yeah.
2 games.
Well, I hate to bring it back to history, but it was one long ago. It was 2021. The Braves and the Cubs were 50 and 53.
Yep,
One team
sure
sold.
was.
One team bought in. One won the World Series. The Cubs just a couple weeks ago were 50 and 53.
You buy in.
Buy
Yeah.
in and
Buy
look
in
what
or sell
happens.
out.
Hey,
One of the two.
and they're at that spot. We always talk about spots in Major League Baseball. You don't have to be at the top.
Right.
As long as you can not maybe limp in,
Yeah.
but they're at the time in the season where you got to hit it run.
You just got to get in. You just got to get in.
Once you can get in and with that momentum going,
Yeah.
we'll see.
Hey,
I mean,
Because once the
I'm
bats are
supporting.
hot, I mean, you're
I'm supporting
already
them on my
locked in.
head,
Yeah.
so I still think Atlanta's the best team, and
Well, they are.
I think it's
Without a doubt.
I
Yeah,
just
I
checked
about to
before the
say.
show. They have like an 11.5
Yeah.
game lead over Philly. Over
Yeah,
the
they're
Phillies,
30
so.
over, what, 30,
I don't know. I
31
think it's
games?
ours to lose.
We'll see. Well, we still got 2 more months of it.
I know, and
I know, it's
but it's
exciting.
getting really good. Baseball's been good this year.
Yeah, it has
has.
Oh,
With
and-
Verlander and Scherzer going back
Yeah.
back to the other teams, it's just what would the Mets think? I mean, how do you spend, dude? That was like, could that be one of the worst busts? When you're talking about the salary that
Yeah.
they've just spent in the past,
They-
just the
they
past
had
2 years.
They had the
Yeah.
largest
Yeah.
That's-
salary in Major League Baseball, and had to sell at the deadline because they had a bunch of guys.
They're the worst team in baseball beside Oakland.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Kansas City's pretty bad.
Kansas
too.
City's pretty bad too.
Yeah, but guys, we talk Oakland. It's
But I love to see the Mets suffer, though. I love to see it.
as a Braves
Atlanta
fan,
yeah,
yeah,
it's the
love
greatest
it.
thing in the world.
yes,
So,
absolutely.
Moving on to the big topic that everyone's talking about, the Iowa football betting scandal. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that in a week when we're talking about realignment, and we're going to get to that,
Yeah.
that not one but both Iowa football programs have a gambling scandal. One involving a
Listen,
kicker
without-
and the other involving your starting
kicker.
quarterback.
And listen, and Iowa's kicker. I mean, that dude completely controlled their entire team. He was their scoring, and all he had to do was hammer the under, miss a couple of field goals.
Dude, I
he
mean,
gets his money's
we're
worth.
talking about straight up bookend
Yeah.
in a locker room.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it happens other places, but they were just dumb enough to get caught.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
What's
That's
going
the
on in
key.
Iowa?
Yeah, especially the
Well-
Iowa kicker who made his bets under his mom's name. I mean,
That
I've
was
been
the
giving
funniest
that
thing in the
YouTube coach a
world.
lot of crap about having a joint bank account,
Yeah.
but hey, he made $4,400 in his
Off
mom's
his mama.
name.
Yeah.
At least this, at least this is a college kid. This isn't a grown man that's in a assistant position football coach at a major D1 college.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But anyways, back to the major subject at hand. Colorado's already on the move. It looks like we're going to have Oregon, Washington, Cal, Stanford on the move.
Looks like Arizona, I think, going to the Big 12.
Arizona
I was gonna
schools,
say, I thought it was like
Utah.
Arizona.
I mean,
But what's crazy, it's all the out west guys. I mean, are they just trying? I mean, they
like
just.
the crazy thing is the commissioner of the Pac-12. He's like, we got a media rights deal, but it's going to be on Apple TV, but we don't know how much money we're going to make. Everyone put your hand in 1, 2, 3 team break.
Yeah.
When they're
Not gonna
promising you millions on the other side of that, and the best option you can come up with is, well, we got to deal with the streaming, but we don't know how much money we're going to give you yet. You guys down?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who would take that?
We're almost at the point where
Colorado
I feel like we're about to be at the point where we have 2 conferences, and it's going to be the SEC and the Big Ten, and everything else is about to just
Well,
join in
I
or
don't
kind
know
of
about
disperse.
I don't know about the Big
It's
12.
looking more like a Big 3.
Yeah.
At this
I'd
point.
say the Big 10, the Big 12, and
Because
the
the
Well, it
ACC
goes
is
back
still
to
rather
our topic the other day when I said you have the NFL. If you base college football like the NFL, so you got the NFC and AFC. I get it, and then you could split it to the top 60 teams, and then
go from
however you
there.
need to do it to make it work with the 60. It can be done.
It's going to have to be that way because now we got the rumors of Florida State.
Yeah, I saw that.
Because Florida State goes, Clemson goes.
Well, sure.
And where are they all going to go? They're all going to go to the SEC.
SEC,
They can talk
without a
Big
doubt.
Ten all they want to.
They're not coming.
But they're going to the SEC,
Yes.
and then at some point, the SEC is going to cannibalize itself because you got all of these great programs in one spot.
And then-
only one can come out. But what if one of them comes out with an 8-4 record or a 9-3 record? Because
Because-
you're going through a murderer's row every.
Right,
every
you're going,
season.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not going to be able to work that way because then it's just going to be so SEC top heavy,
Yeah.
so bad
Yeah.
that you would have what, Michigan and Ohio State technically that would compete, and then outside
that's
that,
it.
that's
And
it.
that's it.
And then everybody else is going to be in our conference.
Well, and you're right, because in the Big Ten, we can talk Oregon, Washington, USC, UCLA all we want to, but are they really on the same level as Ohio State, Michigan right now?
I don't think so. I
Well,
don't.
I
Other
feel like
sports,
everybody
yes, but not football.
everybody's seen that graphic that has like a circle over the Southeast and says 14 of the last 15 college football national champions have come from here, and the one other was Ohio State in 2014.
And they shouldn't have got there because I was at that game when Virginia Tech beat them. But anyways,
Yeah, it's a whole nother.
That was
That's a
crazy.
whole
nother-
That's
that
a
was
whole
good
That's a whole
game.
nother rant.
should have either been Baylor or
But,
TCU.
so I mean, where do we go with college football? I mean,
it's almost the NFL at this point.
It really
that's
is.
what I'm saying. So we
It
got
really
all this
is.
money involved.
Yeah.
And now we're looking at trying to figure out what we're going to do with the teams. Are we going to make conferences? Are we going to make divisions? What are we, how are we going to do it? And I still think at the end of the day, we're going to go to 12 teams, next year? And it's still going to be 4.
Yeah.
That
Well,
5
top,
or 7.
the top 6 conference champions, highest ranked conference. Well, we're about to go down to the
Yeah,
Pac
I was about to say we're not even
Before-
going to have a Pac-12.
It won't be a Pac-12.
No, they won't have a
So it'll be
Pac-12, yeah.
4, but you still, I don't care. Maybe we could go the top 6 teams, but after 6, those teams are not winning a national championship. Don't care. Not happening.
No.
No.
And
Not even close.
more than likely, 5 and 6, the way because we always say it's going to play itself out.
Yeah.
And it does. But I still don't think that after the 4 teams, whichever 4 they are, the way college football is set up, the rest of them's not winning.
Well, I think it's going to be fun to watch, though, because everybody says, that's a fan of that 5th team or that 6th team. Oh, man, you put us in, we win that thing. And then, you give them a shot now.
But, okay, so
Let them prove their worth.
we'll use Penn State. It's a Penn State makes it their number 7. Ooh.
Yeah.
Well,
Michael
they
had him at 2.
do what?
Michael had him at 2.
They were in my top 4. I
I'm
didn't rank
not
my
going
teams.
there, man. Come on, AJ. Really? Shake
I
your
will. We're going to.
I
bring
don't want to
you
see
on.
Alabama, Georgia,
We're
Michigan,
gonna
Ohio
we're gonna
State.
have the Michael Marks roast when Texas goes 7-5.
And I'm
we're
gonna
bring you
stand
on
by
here.
it too. I'm gonna stand by it.
I literally just watched a documentary about Colts today on Netflix. You are drinking the
Yeah.
Texas Kool-Aid, and you're going to end up
drinking
dead
it.
in Guyana. That's where you're going to be.
Yep.
We'll go with that.
But I just
Yeah,
think
back to the point.
that we're just gonna, everybody's still going to be mad. You know, that 6 through 12. Oh, let me have a chance. Let me have a chance. Well, you got your chance. So you got to win one to move on to the next round.
We saw it with TCU last year. They got their chance.
That's all you got to say.
It's not.
They won a game.
And another thing that's going to suck about this playoff, if you're ranked 9 through 12, you have to travel to the other team's college at the beginning of January and go play a game.
I actually like that, though.
I love
Listen, you get teams like Penn State and Tennessee and LSU, Auburn, teams like that hosting a college football playoff type game is going to be crazy.
An NFL playoff atmosphere.
Well, think about the weather, too.
Cold.
Think about if Michigan's hosting.
Yeah.
Going to be playing in the snow.
It's going to be 15 degrees and snowing.
Well, just say, what if it's Florida State?
You're going to be playing in heat.
Michigan or Florida State on the road to Michigan in January.
Totally two different environments.
Someone's got to go to Oregon and Washington in January.
Yeah, I mean, that's like going to Green Bay or Buffalo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, when USC and Notre Dame played, I believe it was 2019 or 2020, they were asking the USC players what they thought about the cold weather. It was only going to be 40 degrees, but they're sitting there, it's going to be 45 degrees at kickoff.
Yeah, we're going to freeze.
They're not accustomed to that
they're
weather.
Not used to
it.
I think it's going to be fun.
Yeah. All right, guys, well, coming up next here, our first of 3 teams on the show tonight. We got the LCHS golf team. It's coming up next here on xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ.
Got a dent, a ding, a scratch, or a bent fender? Major or minor, Car Country Collision Center in Leoma can fix you up. Car Country works with all insurance carriers, gives free estimates, can work on foreign and domestic vehicles, and has experience you can trust. They've been in business since 1990. Unfortunately, accidents happen, but you can get your car back on the road with as little hassle as possible with the help of Car Country. Call 931-852-4708 or stop by at 2567 Highway 43 South in Leoma.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
If you could live anywhere, where would it be? And what would it be like? With today's home values, this is the perfect time to sell and make those dreams real. When you work with a world-class agent at Coldwell Banker, you benefit from trusted guidance and our revolutionary seller's assurance program to make your home sale more rewarding than ever. So it really is true. Your dreams don't have to be just dreams.
I'm Mike Keith, and my friends at Elliott Johnson Insurance have a great partner in Auto Owners Insurance. Auto Owners makes it easy to get life, home, car, or business insurance. Let Elliott Johnson Insurance find the Auto Owners policy that makes a difference in your life. Call Elliott Johnson Insurance at one of their 3 locations, Florence, Loretta, and Lawrenceburg. Elliott Johnson Insurance, moving forward for our clients every day.
This is the xSports Network.
Welcome back to here, the xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ and being attacked by a fly here. We're joined by the Lawrence County golf team. And, guys, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everyone who you are.
I'm Stephen Thigpen.
I'm Ethan Brown.
I'm TJ Goff.
All right, so members of the Lawrence County golf team. Guys, I know you've been in action, been playing some matches here the last couple of weeks. Just describe what the first couple of weeks have been like.
I guess stressful in a way. You want to get prepared. You want to be able to go out there and perform best you can. So just trying to get as ready as possible.
I've been really nervous the first few matches. Like I'll be on the green and I'll almost pass out over the ball because of nerves. But I think as the season will go, that'll go away. I hope at least. So.
I've been traveling personally, so I haven't gotten able to participate in any matches yet. But I'm liking what we're seeing at practice. We got a lot of talent this year, and I think we'll go far.
So out there in the heat, I know you guys have had some pretty hot matches here to start things off.
Yes.
I know you guys are probably looking forward to, some sun in the clouds, some low 80s, high 70s. I know that's probably right around the corner. What do you prefer? Do you prefer the cooler temperatures, or do you like being out there when it's nice and hot?
I don't know. I kind of personally like it when it's hot because I feel like you have to be so focused. You have to be like really in the moment. So I just kind of prefer that.
I like it when it's cold because when it's hot, I have to bring in, like if it's an 18-hole match, I change every 9 holes. I bring an extra pair of clothing. I like when I don't have to do that. Really cold. I can keep one glove on the whole round because I'm not sweating through my first glove.
Yeah.
I always think fall golf is the best golf. Like a cool 75 is the ideal temperature.
No, we just learned something new about TJ. I didn't realize that TJ was a horrific sweater.
If you've ever played golf with me, you know.
I've seen it. I've witnessed it. Stood beside him. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. Because you don't notice that when he plays basketball. You know, I don't see.
People who sit next to me on the bench do.
Yeah. I'm sure Graham knows something about that.
Oh, Graham does.
We took a picture and his shirt was like 3 shades darker than ours.
Yeah. Yeah, because this last week in Spring Hill was pretty nasty.
It was hot.
Yeah.
I mean, they pushed us back, almost an hour.
And then we still didn't know.
Yeah, you still didn't know. That's the thing. Like, so how much water are you drinking when you're out there?
I don't know. I'm kind of weird. Like I like to have a little bit of caffeine, so usually I try to have an energy drink before, which is probably not good for you because it can drain you. But I like to have an energy drink, so I have caffeine. Then I go through probably 2 bottles of water, and then a Gatorade or something that has the electrolytes right at the end, so I'm not like extremely tired on the last hole. But that's just like a personal thing.
Our last match, I drank 9 when I got to the golf course until I left. I drank 9 water bottles.
Sheesh.
The 20-ounce water bottles, or like
the ones that was in that cooler
they
were 16.9s. The ones that was in the cooler.
I generally try and shoot for about 4 water bottles and a yellow Gatorade thrown there somewhere in the middle.
Okay. Well, this guy next to me, I heard he has a nickname, Dusty.
He does. I feel like you should do it.
I think we should. Stone Cold Steven.
I wasn't prepared for that.
You weren't prepared for that?
No, I don't know where it came from. I didn't know about this till probably like a month ago.
Well, I actually heard it last year at the region.
Really?
So, and I know you were there, TJ, as well. So we'll say this is Steven, he qualifies for state championship. He gets 3rd in the region. So he had to go to a playoff hole. So we're all out there, we're all going crazy, and everybody's jumping in golf carts. And Steven gets on hole number 1. He's just whatever. He's cool. He beats this guy. We didn't even know that he made the putt. I mean, it was like no emotion. So somebody there in the crowd said, "That's Stone Cold Steven." I thought it had a good ring to it, and I thought, you know what? That's his nickname from now on.
I don't know. I wasn't even thinking. I just got up there and I just started playing. I wasn't happy. I was pretty mad at the I don't know, when I got up there. I can't remember what he said, but he said something that didn't sit well with me. So
The guy you were playing against?
Yes, I just want to beat him. So I just went up there.
Wow, I didn't know that's new. That's new information. Yeah, I mean,
that is Stone Cold right there, really.
I mean, you hit it right down the middle, and then he knocks it on. I mean, he had a birdie putt to win, and he beats him with a par. Yeah, that guy was hitting it all over the course on that last hole. But, yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, he made the putt, and we all went up there to celebrate with him, and he was like, "Guys, chill out."
Yeah.
I don't know. Just a good hole, I guess.
Yeah. Apparently, if you qualify, you did something right.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize until after turning the scores.
You're just still upset at that guy?
Yeah, I'm still frustrated. I don't know. I can't remember what he said, but it just did not sit well with me. So.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah. Michael?
I got nothing.
You got Hayden?
I mean, guys, what's your expectations for this upcoming year, to be honest?
Well, I know last year, I can't remember the exact scores that we shot in district and region, but our first 18-hole match as a team, we shot 309, which I can't remember the last time a Lawrenceburg team has shot 309.
That's low. That was the one at State Park.
Mm-hmm. That would have we would have qualified for state with that score, and it being the first tournament. I mean, who knows how low we can go?
And that's a tough course down there, and we're going to be there in just a few weeks, I think, coming up. So for you, TJ, how's it been? I know that you've got back into playing baseball.
Yeah.
So how are you practicing golf, playing baseball, and I know that high school basketball is wide open as well.
So during baseball season, I would have baseball practice, and then I would go play 9 holes. So what would happen is I would play the best golf round of my life and then go back to baseball, and I would just forget how to swing a baseball bat. And then after that, I would go play golf, and I would forget how to swing a golf club. So I was kind of in the middle. But once summer baseball got over with, my baseball bag is sitting in my room. I haven't touched it, and I'm not touching it till basketball season or till golf season's over.
I got you. So y'all done with high school baller for right now?
Is it hard to kind of be able to shut it off after you've been so active with all these sports so far, and just like, all right, I'm a golfer now, nothing else?
Which, yeah, I am. I do golf about every single day, but I'm still working on basketball. Still trying to get better. So I wouldn't say I'm like just a pure golfer right now, because any chance I can get my hands on a basketball, that's what I'm doing.
Now y'all two are strictly golf, right?
Yes.
Right now.
Yes, sir.
So what's the off season like for you guys? What's the summer like heading into it? What kind of things do you guys do to stay in shape?
There's no off season. I play year round, I guess. Like, you can sign up for tournaments like Sned's Tour and like I think it's called Mid-South. So they have tournaments year round.
You played through the off season as well.
Yeah, I didn't stop. Like I think after state, I had a tournament like just a couple of weeks after that.
Okay.
So it's fun. I just like going. I can't really stop. So.
Right.
That's why I find the beauty of golf is, it can be like you got like a dedicated season, right? So you can play it anytime you want to, regardless if it's for the score or not. But you know what? When season ends, I'm usually just out there playing with my dad and playing with his friends, and we're just out there having a good time playing 18 holes.
Right.
And you guys mentioned you shot that 309, pretty low score when it qualified. Is that a good bar for you guys? You can do this, and you can rise above that and hopefully make it to the state tournament?
I thought that was really well. I mean, all of us were under 80.
Yeah, we all shot in the 70s.
So that's pretty good. I think if we're all on, we can shoot even. All four of us, all five of us even. So
that's what you said. It would be 5, right? And then they take 4 scores.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think y'all can do 309.
Yeah. Good thing about our golf team too is we got about 7 or 8 guys who could be in the top 5. Like if a guy's not playing good, we could rotate another guy who is playing good. Like we had about 8 guys out there the other day playing, and 6 of the guys combined ended up shooting like 1 over, which is insane.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, if we can do that, 18 hole matches come around, if we're all on our game, who knows?
Who knows? That's right.
Is that kind of you guys in the preseason? Is that what you said? All right, this is the year we're going to the state tournament. We're all going as a team. Has that been the collective goal right from the get-go?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, basically so.
If we can shoot like that, just keep it consistent, I think we got it.
How was that trip last year over there? Did you enjoy it?
It was very fun. It was one of the most fun experiences ever. Like, the course was extremely hard. I didn't play great at all, but it was very fun.
That's a tough course.
It was super hard. Like, it played so much longer than I thought it would, and then there was a storm coming in like the day after we left, so the wind was up. I felt like it was always into you, and like it's just so hard. It was super nice. Like, it was just unreal.
Yeah, that's one of those. That's a golf trip kind of place to go play. So that's real good that y'all get to play that course for the state championship. That's good.
It was.
Well, TJ, you just said like you got 8 guys. So like, can you explain to the people watching like how important it is to have that depth on y'all's team? Like, I know y'all are the older guys, but like, are they younger guys that have played real well and like stepped up for the program?
Which every person on our golf team, there's not a day where I send a text out who wants to play golf, and 8 of them are going to respond and say, hey, I want to play. So everybody's dedicated. But let's say we got 5 guys and we play a 9-hole match. So one of those guys throughout the season is really struggling. Well, that brings our score up, and it allows other people to compete with us better. So that guy's not playing good, and we got a guy who's shooting high 30s, mid 30s in practice. We can just bump him in, and then our scores go from. I mean, you could subtract it by 15 strokes, and that could be a game changer.
Game changer, yep.
And to have 8 guys that 3 or 4 extra guys that you can count on. I mean, that's unheard of.
Handy. Absolutely.
Well, with that concept, it makes it easier to compete as a team, not just individual.
Yeah.
Of course, Ainsley has to deal with that a lot with just her and Tinley. I know there's a couple other girls that are playing, but most of the time it's tougher. It's tougher for girls. That's why I've always said, like, the girls in summertime, it's amazing what they do as a team.
All right, next match for you guys. When is it? And
Well, we're supposed to have one, I think, next Monday, and it got canceled, so he's working on getting one next Tuesday. But as of right now, we don't play it all next week. So.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it. Yeah, it's supposed to be Marshall County. If not, then it won't be till the 15th.
So you guys,
a lot of practice.
Yep.
All right, guys, we'd like to thank you for coming by xSports Live here tonight, and good luck whenever you play next. Hopefully it's sooner rather than later.
Well, thank y'all.
We appreciate it. Thanks for having us on.
Coming up next, we got the Summertown volleyball team here to talk about the SmackDown they got coming up here the next couple days. That's next here on xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ.
Whether it's popcorn, biscuits, or automotive, you need the right ingredients to achieve the best results. Heritage Automotive is proud to serve our community with a continually growing inventory. We also help our community grow by contributing to a vibrant economy, which helps build schools. I'm Keith Durham, and I'm the General Manager here at Heritage Automotive, and it's my job to make sure that you're 100% satisfied. Heritage Automotive, your hometown Chevy and GMC dealer.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
Flooring sets the tone throughout your home.
For flooring that makes the right first impression, start by choosing us, Floored by Justin.
A one-stop flooring destination. Our new location stands alone for unequaled customer service and selection. Owner Justin Story's mastery of custom hardwood inlays means every room can have a custom look. Discover how the right choice of hardwood, laminate, carpet, or tile can set the tone in your home. Contact Floored by Justin today.
For decades, First Class Charter has provided high-quality motor coach transportation services to the Tennessee Valley. With numerous safety and cleanliness accreditations, First Class Charter is ready to make your group trip a reality. Contact us today by visiting firstclasscharter.net. First Class Charter, the official motor coach company of the North Alabama Lions.
Employee Resources Credit Union is an easy solution to banking, offering a personal, simple, yet modern way to bank. When you bank with ERCU, you are a shareholder, meaning you own a piece of the pie. And we make it easy with the convenience of digital banking, with service you won't find at another financial institution, including low to zero fees and incredible rates. We have the technology you need with the personal service you deserve, right here in your own neighborhood. Employee Resources Credit Union, not for profit, for service.
This is the xSports Network.
Welcome back to xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ. We're joined by members of the Summertown Lady Eagle volleyball team. We got head coach Andrea Kelly, Emily Brazier back again, and we also got Mackenzie Reynolds here as well. Guys, very busy time about to come up for you. I know you just came from the gym, Andrea, getting both of your gyms ready. You got the SmackDown coming up the next couple days. A very busy but a very important part of your schedule.
Yes, we're always super excited because, you know, this is 14 teams, the most teams we've ever had. This is the 9th year for us to host the SmackDown, kind of a get the season going kind of play day. So we're super excited. Lots of teams coming, lots of people going to be there. So kind of gives everybody a chance to see kind of how we're going to shape up against each other. So we're excited.
You know, Mackenzie and Emily, I know you guys have had a lot of play dates and you've had a lot of scrimmages per se, but how exciting is it that you guys don't have to travel for this one? It's going to be in your home gym.
Oh, it's super exciting. I get to sleep in finally. We always have the 8 o'clock games at every tournament, so this is really nice.
Mackenzie?
Yeah, not having to drive far and getting some sleep and not having to worry about being late or hitting traffic.
But playing on our own court, really, it feels better. Yeah.
And we're hoping that we don't have any air conditioner breakdowns like a year ago.
I think we're going to be good.
Think we're good?
I think we're good. We've told all the important people that we need the air on strong all weekend, so we're hoping. Got our fingers crossed.
What was kind of the origins around this, and why did you guys want to put this together 9 years ago?
Well, 9 years ago, we really just were trying to figure out how to raise some money for our program. Because, your gates aren't super big in volleyball, referees are expensive, and so that's kind of where it started. We wanted to fundraise for our program without having to sell something, so we thought, well, let's start this. And it is just, it has exploded as far as people wanting to play. We actually had 2 teams we had to turn away because we just didn't have the slots to put them in. We're not playing as much because we have so many teams wanting to play, and we took some games off of us to give other people some more matches. They didn't have to pay to play, so super popular on their side. We charge admission, we get concessions, and that just supports our program for the year. So both our program and the middle school team. So.
And looking at the teams you got coming in, obviously both in county rivals are coming, but if you look at an Eagleville, how many times have they made it to the state tournament the last few years? You got a Spring Hill down the road that's pretty good. So it's, you got some quality opponents that everyone's going to get a chance to see.
And we, I try to do my best to make sure the teams playing each other are competitive matches. All of them are competitive. But, Loretto, Summertown, Eagleville, that's 3 of the 8 of the single A state tournament right there in the same gyms. And so those are awesome matches to watch. I'm going to try to watch some of those matches because I want to see how they play each other. Of course, Lawrence County, always add them in there. That's a competitive match with all of us. Spring Hill's competitive, Columbia Central. So it's going to be a good day of volleyball, or good 2 days.
Yeah. And Mackenzie and Emily, how excited are you guys just to face this type of competition in your home gym during the SmackDown?
It really shows the stuff we need to work on, and we can see the teams and know what we're up against.
Emily?
Yeah, it helps us get better moving forward and knowing what we're going to see later, Yeah.
Now moving ahead, obviously that first game is coming up here in a couple weeks. You guys are coming in now as the defending Class A state champions, and got a lot of eyes on you. Not that that's anything out of the ordinary for you guys, but a lot of expectations coming in, especially after winning a state championship.
Yeah, I think the girls, it's a good problem that they're kind of used to, we got to beat Summertown. And so that's a compliment to the program, a compliment to my girls. They work super hard, but we never let that, we go into it thinking, we're not thinking about the end right now. We're just thinking about every match. We're going to get a little bit better and a little bit better. And so, I think they do a great job of not getting the big head thinking, we're going to win everything, because we know it doesn't matter how much planning you do. There's going to be teams like the Eaglevilles and the Lorettos that it's who shows up that day, who plays well that day. And so we're ready for that. We're excited. We're going to do the best we can. We're not, like I said, not worried about the end. We're just going to see if we can, progress as we go, and whatever happens, happens. So.
And for you two, same question. Just have those expectations, and how do you guys deal with them? But I know that's nothing new for you guys.
It's really sad not having Abby Jo. I'm still trying to get over that. But we have a lot of younger girls who are stepping up and taking on that role, and they're doing really good. So, and the expectation is always to make it to state, but we're really just trying to be the best we can be.
Good.
Yeah, we know we're going to have to work for it, and we just got to take it step by step.
Well, I can just say from the Loretto side, every year I expect Summertown to lose 3 or 4 seniors, and you'll be like, okay, maybe they're going to have a down year. But the way that y'all reload, not rebuild, just reload, because, y'all been in the state championship the last 4 years? 4 or 5? Yeah. You played Loretto in 2 of those state championship games. It's just impressive the way y'all are able to reload with the talent you still have on that roster.
And I think that's, this year, we have one other senior that plays other than these 2 seniors, no juniors, because Abby Jo got hurt. So without Abby Jo, then we're looking at freshmen and sophomores, and we're asking them, you can ask these girls, we are asking them to fill some really big shoes from previous teams. and we are super, super young. But I told them there's no excuses. You just play the best you can and let's get better. And if we do as well as we did last year, great. If we don't, we're going to work as hard as we can. And, that's why I said we can't worry about the end. We just going to worry about day to day. But like they said, some super young kids filling some big shoes. But, hey, we're going to give it all we got like we always do. So.
And those freshmen and sophomores that you're throwing into that fire are going to be juniors and seniors with 3 years of playing experience. And so, going on to that way, I'll reload. It's impressive.
And that's what I told them. This is not woe is us. We have these young kids. It's an opportunity, a door opening for those young kids that they might not normally get if we were full of upperclassmen. So what a chance for them to really shine. And these two right here and the other senior, they have been such great examples of the expectation of the level of play. So I couldn't ask for a better group to show that level and get those kids just to rise to them. So.
I would say with your seniors, the end of the year, their expectations to be in the state championship, be at Siegel playing for that state championship, so they know what that level of competition and what the work ethic it takes to get there. So they can teach these younger kids, and y'all can stay on that roll.
Yes, and they can probably speak to that a little bit.
Just 3 seniors, don't have a junior. How important is your role in this team with as young as you guys are?
Oh, it's super important. Just teaching them how to work harder and, just be a better player for the team just helps us come together.
Yeah, we have to keep them in line and make them keep their heads up and not get down on themselves.
And these girls are the first one out on the floor. They're the last one to leave. And again, that kind of work ethic, it just spreads. Yeah. So I think that's huge, and that says a lot for our program is what these ladies have been doing. So.
When we talk about y'all are young, y'all are not rebuilding but retooling, and then also y'all are the defending state champs. Now you got a target on your back. How do y'all how have you told the girls hey, now we got to take that next step to build hey, we lost a lot, but now we got to come back how we were and then take that next step? What have you told the girls?
Well, there's a banner in the gym that just has everything that the volleyball team has done, and I a lot of times point to that banner and say, look, this is history from 1980s where teams have made it to the state tournament in Summertown, and that's not from just we're not given that. We have to work really hard for that, and I tell them, you've got to be better every day. You don't have to be necessarily better than the team you're playing, just smarter. And I said sometimes it's about being smarter on the court, and so the little things that we can fix. But again, we're going to have that target, and we're okay with that. Because I think it drives them to meet that expectation. Mm-hmm. So they've never backed down. They know that I'm going to push them, and I've always told them we're going to push as hard as we can, and if we win, that's great. If we don't, we're going to figure out what do we need to fix for the next time that we play. And so, I just think we're super fortunate to have such great athletes. It's them. I give them the credit. They're putting in the work and the effort and made this last 4 years what it's been. But again, they're ready for that target. Somebody said we just need a shirt that has a big target on the back. I said, no, we're not going to do that. But we have that mindset of, hey, the next game we're just going to be better and we're going to work harder and the chips will fall where they may, but hey, we're going to put the work in. These kids, they're not super tall kids, but hey, on the court you can't hardly tell because they're out there blocking like they were 6 foot tall, and they're not anywhere close to that. So that just shows their work ethic, I think.
And like you said, I've heard several coaches say, embrace the target.
That's right.
Is that the mindset of this team? It's like, hey, we know everyone's watching, and we're still going to come out and play hard.
I think so. I think every time we go out there, we were at some play days this summer, and it was on a time clock. And so we would split with the team, and we would think, well, let's just go to JV. And they were like, no, we're going to finish this because we want to beat y'all. And so that's kind of the mindset for everybody else. We want to beat Summertown. We want to be able to say we beat Summertown. And, we're young, like we said, but those kids, they know, hey, we have a high expectation, and we're going to do our best to meet that expectation. So.
And finally, for you guys, first real games. I know you've been playing a lot, but first real games are coming up here in a couple weeks. Just how excited, I know after off season and everything going on, are all three of you to really tee it up for real?
Well, and when we start, what's crazy about volleyball compared to every other sport, we're going to be playing 4 days a week, 5 days a week if we play a tournament. We're occasionally off on Wednesday. Most Wednesdays we're off. That's our practice day. Every other day but Sunday, we're playing. So it's a slammed full schedule. We're playing 35 matches. That's all you can play. So we didn't back off our schedule, even though we had a young team. So I'm just excited to get it started.
Yeah, same for you too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. We play Eagleville first, and we played them in camp, and they've always been a hard team to beat, so that'll be a really fun first game.
And that's kind of been tradition for you guys to open up with Eagleville.
Yes, and we have always, since I started coaching, Deanna, they're coaching. We coached together years ago. I coached at Eagleville, and she was my assistant coach, so we've known each other for years. But we start our season with each other. We only play each other once, but we rotate it back and forth. So this time we're hosting it, so we're excited about it. We're ready to go.
Excited for you guys. We're ready to get this thing going.
That's
and we'll
right.
be there. You'll see every single one of these matches on xSports Network on Facebook and YouTube coming up the next couple days. So Andrea, Mackenzie, and Emily, thanks for stopping by. And
Thank you.
We'll definitely see you guys tomorrow.
That's right.
You know, air conditioning permitting.
Yes, yes, it'll be there. We promise.
See how that goes. We're praying for the best.
That's right.
Coming up next, we've got the Loretto Lady Mustangs volleyball team coming up next here on xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ.
If you're stuck, then you're in luck. Call Tyler McDowell with In-Service Towing, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for quick, reliable service. When you find yourself in a bind, In-Service offers full-service towing and recovery services as well as vehicle lockouts, jump starts, and emergency roadside assistance. Family-owned, family-operated. When you need a hand, call In-Service Towing or ask for them by name. Serving Southern Tennessee and North Alabama. Phone number 931-843-9098 or visit inservicespecialties.com.
Are you looking for the perfect refrigerator? What about a new stove or washer or dryer? It only makes sense to shop at the one place that specializes in appliances, top to bottom, big or small. And that's Kelly Appliance in Lawrenceburg. Kelly Appliance is home to all major name brands, including LG. LG makes life good with a full selection of refrigerators, cooking appliances, dishwashers, microwaves, and more, including appliances made right here in Tennessee. Family owned and family operated. Stop by Kelly Appliance on Jerry Street in Lawrenceburg today.
Like you, our roots are in Lawrence County, providing banking for every stage of life since 1934. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank has been not just your bank, but also your friend, helping you with home loans, consumer and auto loans, and your everyday personal banking needs. Lawrenceburg Federal offers you a warm smile and personal experience, as well as the conveniences of modern-day online banking, mobile banking, and telebanking. Lawrenceburg Federal Bank, your neighbor and friend, located at 118 West Gain Street next to the courthouse.
Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is your premier source for hardwood, laminate, luxury vinyl tile, sheet vinyl, residential and commercial carpet, carpet tiles, ceramic and porcelain tile, waterproof floating floor, plus blinds and shutters. Lawrenceburg Flooring and More is also home to all name brands and can tackle projects big and small. Installation, you're covered with installers who've got years of experience and stand behind their work. Let Lawrenceburg Flooring and More make your design dreams a reality. 2760 Highway 43 North or visit LawrenceburgFlooringandMore.com.
Whether you're looking to spruce up the interior or exterior of your home or business, trust Lawrenceburg Glass to provide a one-of-a-kind product. From windows to mirrors, shower doors, custom framing, storefront installations, and everything in between, Lawrenceburg Glass takes pride in our quality craftsmanship and strong attention to detail. With us, your customer experience always exceeds expectations. We're reliable, on time, and we deliver stunning results. Lawrenceburg Glass. Our passion is reflected in our work.
What really matters during the ball game, so the call didn't go your way. Now what are you going to do? How are you going to respond? Right after Paul said, rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice in Philippians 4 and verse 4, he said in verse 5, let your reasonableness be known to everyone. Other translations say gentleness. Other translations say big-heartedness. The idea is do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. Respond in a way you would want others to respond to you. And that message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
From the xSports Network, This is xSports Live, presented by Heinie's BBQ.
Welcome back to xSports Live, brought to you by Heinie's BBQ. We're joined by the Loretto Lady Mustang volleyball team. Got head coach Nick Willen. Nick, introduce the rest of your squad here.
We've actually got a double setter night here.
Okay.
We've got 2 junior setters. Yeah. I'll let you guys introduce yourselves. Go ahead.
I'm Becca Heineman. I'm JC Franklin.
And then I've got my coaching cohort down there, my sister. Go ahead.
Melissa.
She's so excited. We literally had to drag her.
We had to drag her over here.
On here, and I think she was purposely sandbagging the headset.
Hoping we would just say, go away, we've got to go.
So for all of you guys, you've been hard at work here these last few weeks. You've played a lot of matches. You've had a lot of play dates. What have you liked out of your team here through these first few weeks of the season?
Well, I know that we've talked with the girls, and this has been fun so far. Mm-hmm. So we've been chomping at the bits to get on the court and actually play and see what we're really made of. But so far they've been a blast. So we're really looking forward to it. So.
Becca?
Yeah, I'd say this year is definitely one of the best years that I've had thus far. It's been the most fun. We have some great chemistry on the team. We all get along great, and I think we're going to have a great year.
Yeah, I'd have to say what Becca said. We have really good team chemistry this year, and I'm really excited to see what we have to offer this year.
Yeah, I just feel like instead of having to preach them we need to be excited, we need to be loud, we need to be celebratory, we're having to kind of dial them down a little bit because they are having so much fun, and just the chemistry is undeniable, so we're really excited about it.
So what's brought on the fun? Why is it?
Well, I know
what's been the difference?
I know a lot of these girls have played together, a while, and we're trying to grow the sport around here, and so we've got more playing club ball, travel ball, and so a lot of them play on the same teams or at least in the same organization, and so they've already got that chemistry when they're coming in, and then they're all friends too. That's the other thing. Is sometimes it's people coming in and they may have went to a different middle school or something, and they have to kind of bring that cohesion. But a lot of them, they were already friends beforehand, and so that's just a bonus that they're already there. And so now it's just let's throw a volleyball in there and have fun doing that too. So.
Yeah, I'd say we all definitely play in club at level elite. I know we both do, and we meet a ton of people there and just get to know them so well. And then you come and play school ball, and then you see the same people, and you get along, and you know how to joke around and have fun, and you don't have to worry about what other people might think. You just can be yourself and enjoy.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely spend a lot of time together, and I think that definitely helps our chemistry, and we're all really good friends, and we see each other at school, and we hang out outside of school, and then we got volleyball, so I think that's definitely helped our chemistry a lot.
Yeah, I think this freshman group has a lot of strong personalities to where usually, freshmen are usually the quieter ones coming in, kind of getting used to it. There's not really been she's a freshman. They've kind of stepped up and just joined right in like they've been there. So I feel like that helps.
And I know, and I said it in your season preview, but I kind of got a theme when I was there at your, one of your first practices is there's some unfinished business. With this team, and everyone's smiling. Everyone knows, but I know that you said it after the state championship game in Siegel last year. But that's kind of the tone that I'm getting with this group, that there's some unfinished business to take care of this year.
Oh yeah, I mean, any time that you get to state, you want to be at the end, at the finish, and obviously you want to win. But this team, especially these girls, this is their third season. They were runner-up last year, third the year before. So it's great getting there, but it's also not so great getting there, and you're this close, and you can't get that last little part. So it did start off season. Some of them working out on their own, some of them doing stuff in the spring. But it was very clear to us that we're getting this. That's their mentality, is that they want it. They want it this year, and it is unfinished business. We're coming for it. So.
Yeah, it definitely is unfinished business, I think. And just the freshmen coming up this year, you can tell that we all are working for it, and we're ready to get it going. And there's not a person out there that isn't wanting to be there and winning it.
Yeah, I definitely think everybody who gets out on the floor, they're working to get better. We all have the same goal in mind, and I think that's what has helped us this far, is we're all out there to get better, and we're all out there for each other. It's not 6 individuals out there on the court. We're all one unit out there.
Yeah, and just like Nick said, we've gotten there. You know, you're right there. You're this close, and we've done that 2 and 3 times the last few seasons. So it's time for us to be back on top. So.
Okay, so my freshman year, I believe we got 3rd in the state. That was 2017, I believe.
Yeah.
And then 2018, state champion. 19 lost in sub-state. 20 state runner-up. 21 third place. 22 runner-up again. It's a program now. I mean, we've made the state championship. State tournament feels like every year. State championship feels like every other year. How does it help to have the girls on the team that have that experience? Kind of pass it down to the younger guys.
I mean, it's great. I mean, we obviously we want to be there every single year, and the goal is not to get to state. The goal is to win state. And so, these girls have been, fortunate to work as hard to get to that spot year in and year out. And we try our best to, for some of the younger ones, postseason, you can't dress everybody. You've only got 14, but, during the season, we try to get some of the younger ones time, just even if it's in a few points in a varsity match. So when you just kind of inch them along a little bit further. But even being there, whether they're dressed out or in the stands or on the bench, they bring energy. And just being in that environment it's an awesome place to be, whether you're a coach, a spectator, a player, whatever. So, we're kind of on the same page as far as we're a program that wants to be in the state championship every year, and that's what we expect to be. It doesn't happen every year, but that's where we expect to be every year.
Yeah, and I think having that, kind of that sour taste in your mouth at the end of the year, that definitely, gives you a little extra pep in your step. Get to work that summer, and then, that fall, hit the ground running.
Yeah, you guys have mentioned the freshmen coming up. Obviously, not only do this group that you have now, your juniors, your seniors are pretty good, but it sounds like you guys are really excited about what you have coming up from the middle schools.
Oh, we do, and we're a pretty. When I say we're young, they're between juniors and seniors. There's 6. The rest, there's 15. So we're very young, but like they were talking about, like everybody wants to be there. Everybody wants to get better. Everybody wants to help the team in whatever that role may be. This year for some of those freshmen, it may be being on the sidelines, cheering and being crazy and keeping the energy up. Obviously for them, they're setting the tone on the floor for the offense, and so everybody has their role, and everybody is embracing their role. As we're slowly finding those roles, and I think that's what it takes to kind of create that chemistry. Is yes, they're friends, but they also know like there's something to be done to help us win, and they all kind of embrace that. So.
As upperclassmen, what's your two's roles been with this? Obviously, the big underclassmen group that's below you guys.
I mean, I'm happy that we have a lot of people coming up. It's nice to be able to teach a little bit, but definitely just to set it we know what we need to do to win, and I feel like it's nice to be able to show the younger ones that hey, this is what we got to do, and that they're willing to do it. They're all working and they're trying, and you could tell that they really want to be out there and that they're here for it and they're ready to win.
Yeah, I definitely say that they're real excited to learn, and I definitely think that they're real happy to be there, and then it just makes our chemistry that much better that everybody's all in, and I'm super excited to pour into these freshmen because we've been in their shoes, we know what it's like, and I'm just super excited to pour into these freshmen and sophomores.
Melissa, what's it like with that giant group of underclassmen for you and your brother here to coach that group?
It's a lot, but they're very talented and very energetic, and I mean we're excited. I think it comes year after year. Our first couple of years coaching, we just kept everybody because you get what you get, and let's work with them. And now it's to the point you do have to cut people, and there is so much talent that sometimes it is overwhelming. But we're very excited that the sport's growing, and we have a lot to work with. So.
What's it like the brother-sister coaching combination?
We get that every year. How do you coach with your sister? How do you not kill each other? And I think it's just we're friends. Outside of here. Not just siblings. And I think one of the good things about being a sibling is there is no filter. I feel like sometimes when you're coaching with somebody else that's you know, you may have known them for years, there's still sometimes that hesitancy, like, you know, I don't know if I can say that to them, or if I need to say that to them, or if, you know, like we don't hold anything back. You know, there's been some fun and not so fun rides back from matches, you know, discussing games and, you know, what's happened and, you know, what do we need to do tomorrow, and there, like I said, there's no filter and we can bounce ideas off of each other, and obviously, you know, she brings things to the table that I don't bring. You know, she's probably closer to the girls, you know, than I am. She's played, I didn't. You know, so there's different things that we have our strong suits in that, you know, we work really well together. Sorry, and so it's, you know, this year it's just the two of us. We don't have another assistant, so, you know, it's going to be even more like, you know, it's just us with everybody, all this small army of girls.
So you got the SmackDown coming up here next couple of days. You guys are going to see some pretty good competition, and probably going to see maybe a couple teams you might meet up again in the state tournament as well.
Yeah, we and that's, you know, that's what we look at every year when we go to these play dates. That, you know, we're fortunate enough to have some strong volleyball in the county, but in sort of the area in general. You know, Eagleville always comes to these play dates, and, you know, they're a force to be reckoned with. And obviously you've got Summertown and Lawrence County that always are. Spring Hill's, you know, always pretty solid. And then there's others, you know, I'm sure that, you know, are there. And, you know, we talked about the sport growing. Like, you want to go to these tournaments and play dates and play people. Like, you want to play everybody that's good, you know. And, you know, if you get your butt kicked at them, then that's a learning experience.
Yeah.
You know, you want to do it now and not later on in the season. So, but like I said, we're ready to hit the floor and just play volleyball and have fun and see what we got. So,
Becca?
Yeah, I'm really excited for the SmackDown this weekend. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm ready to see all the teams and how things are going to work out and where we're going to finish off and how we look all together. But we're really excited to get out there and play, and I know that we're all going to want to be out there and ready to get going.
Yeah, I'd definitely say that we're all very eager for tomorrow to get here. I mean, it's all we've talked about all week. Everybody's so excited. So I'm really just excited to see how we come out playing other teams that we can potentially see at the state tournament.
Yeah, it was very fun. We were at MTSU a couple weeks ago, so finally seeing them all out there playing. But it was like you only had 10 or 12 minutes on the court with each team, and so it was like we were kind of just getting in a groove, and it was like, oh, now we're off, you know, have to end this game. So we are really excited to get out there and play a full match and just see how it all comes out.
We're excited to see you guys tomorrow, and once again, we'll have all those games on the xSports Network on Facebook and YouTube. So, guys, good luck this weekend and those first games here in 2 weeks.
That's right around the corner.
Yeah, no more breaks, guys.
No.
School, now you got games. I mean, it's like they're professional athletes.
Yeah, we count it down, and I'll say, all right, you got school next week. And they're like, nah. I said, but volleyball's closer. And they're like, yeah. So it's a trade-off.
I felt the same thing when I played football and baseball, so I understand. Well, thank you guys for stopping by xSports Live here, and good luck in the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, coming up next, the guys and I are going to talk about who we think are the biggest overachievers, the biggest underachievers in sports history. I'm sure we're going to make someone mad, or at least Dusty is. I know we can guarantee.
I don't think we have a week where everybody goes home happy.
No, we never do. Especially when this guy picks Texas to go to the playoff.
I'm never gonna live that down.
It's coming up here on xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ.
Being raised in Tennessee, we believe in the importance of family and community. Creating a positive experience at our family-owned and operated business is one of the ways we share that belief.
Being in an accident can be extremely stressful. When it came time for my repairs, Mashburn's made it easy.
I am lucky to have a wonderful company in my community like Mashburn's Collision Center. It's reassuring to know that I'm in good hands because their work is second to none.
We pride ourselves that the Mashburn name is one of the most trusted in Lawrence County since 1981. Mashburn's Collision Center. Let our family take care of yours.
McMaster's Home Gallery, where you'll always get a special price every day. Shop their new showroom full of name-brand furniture, sofas, recliners, dining and bedroom suites, Serta bedding, lots of tables and chairs just to match your decor. McMaster's Home Gallery also has GE appliances. Stop by on Highway 43 in Loretto or call 853-6140.
Got primary care? Find your way to better health with primary care by One Stop Medical. With decades of combined experience, you'll find a one-on-one relationship just like the old days, but with the convenience and technology of today. When One Stop Medical does primary care, it's the best. Call today for an appointment and find your way to healthy living. Serving Lawrenceburg, Pulaski, and Hohenwald. Phone 931-244-8220. Primary care by One Stop Medical at its best.
From our humble beginnings to today, Parks Lumber Company has continuously served Lawrence and surrounding counties for over a century. Although we started as a small lumber yard in 1896, we have grown to include everything you need to make your dream project come to life. No matter your building needs, our experienced staff will be with you every step of the way to ensure you receive the highest customer service and attention to detail you deserve. Visit us at 106 2nd Street or on Facebook. We guarantee you will see working with PLC is as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app, available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Rent-Right Equipment has all the tools you need to get the job done. From bobcats to trenchers to augers to lifts, we have a large variety of equipment for every project, big or small. Need a new mower? We have you covered there too. With great brands Hustler and Big Dog, Rent-Right is ready to serve all your equipment needs. Call today and reserve your equipment from Rent-Right Equipment in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Don't just find a job, find a career with Resource MFG. The team at Resource MFG in Lawrenceburg has the resources and experience to find you a full or part-time position right away. Now recruiting for open positions in Lawrence, Giles, and Murray counties. Whether you're entering the workforce for the first time or looking to take your career to the next level, let your journey begin with Resource MFG. Located at 300 Ellingson Street in Lawrenceburg. Phone 931-570-2111 to jumpstart your career today.
Are you tired of missing out on family life just to be treated like another truck number? Since 1986, Southeast Cares has been a family-operated business based in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. Being family-owned ourselves, we understand the importance of family, which is why we value it above all else. With our large number of dedicated lanes and our friendly staff, we are able to evenly divide your home time with the amount of time you spend on the road. We offer multiple benefits with large company pay, all while keeping a small company environment. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
This is the xSports Network.
And welcome to xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ. Guys, it's our big topic of the week. We got the biggest under and overachievers in sports history. First, define for each one of you guys, what do you think an underachiever is in sports? Well, how do you define that, and an overachiever as well?
For me, an underachiever was the guy that...
Not again. Oh, my goodness.
Dusty. I'm doing this my first time.
It's already off the tracks already.
Yeah, it's gone. No, for me, an underachiever is the guy who was supposed to be great. I don't care about the numbers. We're looking at like maybe a championship or whatever, and they just didn't take their team or get what they needed. And then, of course, an overachiever is the guy who was drafted, way down the list. And I'm saying after third round and later for me is where I was kind of at. And those are the guys who have went way above and beyond in their careers. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I totally agree with Dusty. The one thing I can probably say about for underachievers is like if they lived up to that hype. Like we talked about this earlier, Dusty and I. Like that's kind of another like aspect that you think of, like which guys like lived up to the hype, like the expectations we get that they're there, but like the hype of what everybody thought they were the greatest thing coming out of college or high school, wherever they were. But I think that's just like the next level you can take it when it comes to under and overachieving in my opinion.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page. The underachiever, the guy that's supposed to be great, never really panned out. The underachiever, and I'm gonna go teams and not just individual athletes here. Like a team or a franchise that's not predominantly great and starts making a run with not the big name players, stuff like that.
All right, so I think we're going to start with the overachievers because I think the underachievers is going to get more people fired up.
Yep.
But overachieving wise, who do you guys got?
First for me is Tom Brady.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
I don't think there's any argument that's opinionated. We're talking about a 6th round, 199th pick. 7 Super Bowls. I mean, do you have to say anything else?
And went to more. Went to more than that.
And went to more than that,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
To go without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, and he wins one with his first year at Tampa, when he goes. So, I mean, could he win one without Belichick? Could Belichick win one without Brady? Brady goes down, wins one. And I think
That discussion's over. After he won that discussion's over.
Yeah, that discussion's over. Not a fan, but Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to leave Aaron at that. I'm not going into details. And then I'm going to go baseball here with 2 guys. Albert Pujols.
Yep.
13 round pick.
Yep.
And my second one is David Ortiz.
Really?
There you go.
Good pick.
David Ortiz was traded. He was traded for a guy named Dave Hollins, who had only played 28 games.
And hit 141 in those 28 games because David's on my list as well.
Right.
And we sort of remembered him when he was a Twin. Like he could hit some moonshots in the old Metrodome.
The old Metrodome couldn't hold him.
But like you didn't think for a minute that he was going to go to Boston and become a Hall
be
of
one of the
Fame.
most clutch postseason hitters of all time.
Maybe of all time.
Yeah.
Some honorable mentions for me was Jim Furyk.
Mm-hmm.
He was told by his golf coach in college, "You'll never play on a PGA because of his swing."
Yeah.
Well, he's a major championship winner, so
and a super nice guy.
Super guy.
Yeah.
And I know it's only one major, but he probably wasn't supposed to win.
Yeah.
So I put Furyk in that category. Drew Brees for me was another one.
Yeah.
And I'm probably stepping on some of y'all, and I'll just say their names, but I got Travis Kelce.
Okay.
He was on my list.
Okay.
And then I'll finish those top 2. I know 2 more was Russell Wilson and Kirk Cousins.
Wisconsin, yeah.
Okay. Russell Wilson was drafted higher than a lot of Major League Baseball players, but he went in the 3rd, 4th round in NFL. And I have one more golfer, and that's Bubba Watson. Guy never took a golf lesson in his life.
Yeah. We talked about
we
that
talked about him
today.
in the show this morning.
Not a fan of him personally or his caddy because I almost fist fought him at a PGA Tour event, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah, that's my list for overachievers.
Awesome.
I'll let you go first.
All right, so overachievers. Yeah, Tom Brady was on my list. Obviously, you'd say why. I'm going to go with Shannon Sharp at 192.
Took one off my list.
Yeah, because this guy, had 815 receptions, over 10,000 yards, 62 touchdowns. So for a guy that was taken that low in a draft in his position, especially at the position he was at, I think that should be noticeable. Yeah. And then my second guy, because the overachievers, those are the ones I thought were just no-brainers, I thought. But Isaiah Thomas also.
Ooh.
Not the Detroit Isaiah Thomas.
The Boston.
No. The Boston Isaiah Thomas, because you think, 2nd round pick, 60th overall. He's only, I believe,
He might be 5'9",
something like that.
So you're calling him an overachiever?
Yes, absolutely. Because
his years in Boston, dude. In 2018, he finished 4th in, or 2017, he finished 4th in MVP.
And it could be argued if he doesn't get hurt in that series against LeBron's Cavs, Boston might win that.
Yeah,
they could have. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It gave him a better chance.
And I think Boston would have given Golden State a better run than the Cavs did that year.
Yeah. I saw Isaiah Thomas take on, when he was at Washington, take on West Virginia in the Sweet 16, and WVU put a 6'11" guy on him and shut him down.
It's
that's just bullying at that point.
That's like Noel Powell for Washington State this last year. They're not Washington State, Kansas State. He was killing guys in the NBA like that, and he's only like 5'9", doing what.
I'd say he was in that tournament run. He was averaging like 30 points, like 12 assists.
Yeah, and he went second round, 60th overall because it was hot. But even though he's not in the league anymore, I think he just overachieved because he was
fair.
an MVP,
Yeah.
MVP candidate, almost averaged 30.
And the whole Kyrie deal, I felt like that kind of just killed his whole career because he was coming off that huge year with Boston. Like I said, finished fourth.
It
in
was
MVP
that
voting.
injury. It was that hip injury.
Yep, and then the hip injury, and then
never
traded,
recovered from that.
and he just hadn't come back from that.
Got any more, Hayden?
Not any more overachievers. Those were the
So
three.
I mean, y'all took a lot of mine. I had Isaiah Thomas, I had David Ortiz, I had Tom Brady, Kurt Warner. I mean, that dude went from bagging
Took one of mine.
bagging groceries to the greatest.
Just mark it off.
Yeah, man, say he went from working, bagging groceries to the greatest show on turf. I mean, so yeah, you got that. I'm going to go with an organization right here.
Ooh.
Tampa Bay, the Rays.
The Rays. Okay.
They are a consistent, postseason. I mean, they made the World Series the one year.
Don't have the highest payroll.
But they're doing it with, not the biggest name guys. You got, this year, you got Wander Franco. I think he's the most underrated shortstop in baseball. I mean, dude is incredible. You got guys, you got Tyler Glass now. You got, guys like that on the mound. These aren't, your best players in the league type of guys, but they go out there and they play and they, past All-Star break, less than impressive. They're good.
They traded away their number one guy a few years back in Longoria. That's been the biggest name they've had.
Yeah.
And they've gotten better.
Yeah, they got better.
They did get better.
They went to the World Series without him.
I actually have one more that I came off the top of my head just now. Even though he's odd, and just like the aspect of where he came from, Dennis Rodman. You think?
Yeah.
Because he was, I believe he was a janitor. Something like that.
Then grew 7 inches.
Yeah,
in
7 inches, went JUCO, and then made it to the NBA, and arguably, if not the best defender in NBA history. So just like where he came from, overachieving in that.
Oh yeah, you look at some of those gritty NBA defensive type guys like Ben Wallace that weren't drafted. It's just
probably one of the greatest rebounders in NBA.
Rodman?
Yeah.
Oh,
for only being 6'9".
Greatest really, was he 6'9"?
He's 6'9".
I mean, I don't know that he was.
Yeah, he might have been
he
a
was
little
taller
shorter.
or shorter?
I think
he was shorter. I mean, 6'7", I would say. Like he didn't look that tall.
Yeah, I mean,
for real.
If you put him looking, I think Karl Malone was 6'8", 6'9", and I don't think Rodman was as tall as Malone.
Well, and then there's guys, I'm not saying he was like an overachiever. Charles Barkley doing what he did at like 6'4".
6'4", averaging like.
Barkley. I guess you could probably talk about him a little bit as being an overachiever.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking away from his college days at Auburn and even when he went to Philly when he was drafted, but you think about that run that Barkley had. MVP of the Dream Team.
Yeah.
When you start putting the little things in, for me with Barkley, I've always liked him anyways.
Yeah, it just the stuff off the court that just kind of.
And it followed him.
Yeah, it followed him. Yeah.
All right, so my pick. I got a couple teams and a couple players and a coach. I'm going to go Terrell Davis, 6th round pick. He 2,000-yard rusher. And I believe he's a 2-time Super Bowl MVP.
Yep. I think you're right.
He single-handedly carried the Broncos to that win over Brett Favre and the Packers, and he did it with a migraine when he couldn't see.
Yeah, he was out there running blind.
Yeah, running blind.
I've read about that. And
still ran for
stuff.
170 yards and a couple touchdowns. He didn't have a long career because of injuries, but from a 6th-round pick, and he started on the kickoff team.
Yeah.
And to come up and do what he did was pretty impressive. I'm going to go, staying with football, I'm going to go with the little slot receivers. You got the Wayne Krabets, the Wes Welkers, the Julian Edelmans, the little guys who aren't the fastest, aren't the tallest, obviously. They weren't drafted high, but man, they collect a lot of catches.
Hill in there too.
And they take a beating. That's the guys that, I think about Welker and Edelman. They're cutting the middle.
Edelman, when he was sitting behind Welker those early years with the Patriots, around 2010, Belichick was putting him on defense. There were times where he was, covering sometimes the team's best slot receiver, stuff like that.
I didn't even think about this.
Is like, is he maybe 6'5", or not 6? Edelman 5'6". My bad.
He's probably 5'8" or 5'9".
I think he's 5'9" or something.
Yeah, he's probably 5'9".
He looks old.
Welker's like what? He's 5'5", 5'6". He's a real little guy.
Now I'm going to go a coach on this one. I know this is going to be a little bit controversial, but I'm going to go Dabo Swinney. Why? Because this guy was a career assistant. He got that job when the Clemson fan base didn't want him to have that job. In fact, there's certain people in the college football media that said it was an F. They gave it an F grade on the hire. Look what this guy has done. He's taken them to how many ACC titles, 2 national championships, a lot of playoffs. He's had some Heisman Trophy guys.
Look at some of the guys that he's coached.
and what he's been able to recruit NFL stars, and for a guy that nobody wanted and really was only on Clemson's profile.
Boy, he made them change their minds.
Yeah, he made them change their minds. And now we're talking about him as the heir apparent to Saban whenever Saban leaves. So he went from nobody to one of the giants in college football.
I was about to say, his gimmicks may be a little bit, cringy and out of it, but man, he's a heck of a coach.
He is. For sure.
When it comes to Alabama and when Saban leaves, I mean, that's going to be kind of like the conversation when Coach K left Duke, like who's going to take over type of thing with that.
So that's what I'm afraid of. You're going to see.
And listen,
it's Jeremy Pruitt.
Hey, don't hate on the what is he, elementary school PE teacher or something like that?
That's a topic for another day.
But
I'm going to talk about it real quick because he's coached both of our teams. How embarrassing! You was a defensive coordinator for the University of Alabama, Nick Saban. You were the head coach of University of Tennessee in Knoxville, and you are now pretty much blackballed from coaching in college football. You're a PE. And I'm not knocking the job. I'm just saying from where you should be in your career and what you've done, and now you're just a PE teacher.
Well, see, I hate it. He went back, got a job. I hate the fact that every major college football media outlet, oh, look at this, Jeremy Pruitt's an elementary school PE teacher. I mean, he made a dumb mistake, and I was looking through my camera roll. It was a screenshot back over before COVID, and it was late 2019, early 2020, and it's sitting here, in Tennessee was getting these recruits like every day. I mean, 4 or 5 stars. It was in July, and it's all these people complaining about, oh, they got to be cheating. It's just like, oh no, we're just having fun recruiting. Well,
we were cheating.
Well, we were cheating.
Yeah, they were cheating.
All right, so 3 teams I've got the 83 NC State men's basketball team, barely got into the tournament.
The original Cinderella.
Had to beat 3 ranked teams in the ACC tournament and invented the foul make and miss free throws strategy. The 1980 U.S. Olympic hockey team.
Oh, that was Monterey.
That's a bunch of college kids.
That was. They were not supposed to be.
And a bunch of kids that were not going to go to the NHL beat the juggernaut that was beating NHL teams in the Russians, and then the 07 Giants barely got into the playoffs.
9-7
and beat the
16 and 0. 16 and 0. Yeah.
So
the helmet catch.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
David Tyree.
Yeah. All right, so now it's time to go to unders.
All right, now this is we can probably talk on this one for 2 days. My first one's Anthony Davis.
Underachieve, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
I have no problem. I was just.
And this one right here, I had a conversation with a guy at work, and it kind of bothered me to go here, but I'm doing it anyways because I feel like when I say it this way, you all get it. Maybe, I hope. Maybe I'm stupid. Rory McIlroy.
Ooh. That's a bold one.
Okay.
That's a bold one.
No, I agree.
Here's my reason why. And seriously, who's been the best golfer outside Tiger Woods in the past 20 years?
Rory,
probably.
And he's only won 4. Four's not enough.
Yep.
It's not enough.
See, I'm not a big golf guy, but Rory McIlroy is one of the names I know. So
yeah.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel like Kevin Durant. He goes to Golden State to win his titles, and everybody talks. He can't do it by himself or this or that, and I get. But when he went to Brooklyn, it was all set up for him to actually be the leader, and he couldn't do it, and it's just went down, and then he goes to the stack team at Phoenix, and I am a Booker guy, but he goes to the stack team at Phoenix, and he still can't get it done.
Yep.
Yeah. So I got Durant. Mike Trout.
Okay.
For me, and I would just leave it there. Yeah. The Atlanta Braves from the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
We went a whole time.
You took that from me, too. I was gonna.
And they should have had a bunch.
Because you have Glavine, Maddox, and Smoltz for pretty much the entire decade, and you get one World Series.
This one right here is playing on. I told you we're going to say something to make somebody a little upset. I researched it. We talked about it. Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan, okay.
1 World Series.
No Cy Youngs.
No Cy Young awards.
Makes you think.
Now, we can have all the strikeouts in the world, and I understand that World Series in 66.
69.
69.
Yeah.
You know, so he was pitching. He pitched through the 80s, and his last game was in '93.
Yeah.
So there was a stretch, you know, where Nolan Ryan didn't get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other real chance he had to win a World Series was Houston in '84 when they lost to that Mets team. I believe it may have been '85.
It was '85.
'85 when that Mets team went to Boston.
They shouldn't have been there if the Cubs would have taken care of business, but that's another.
Oh, yeah, here we go. I got two more. Allen Iverson.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And this was my teenage idol growing up as a middle school kid, Chris Webber.
Chris Webber, man.
He couldn't get it done in college or
the NBA.
Time out.
Poor guy.
And he was supposed to have got it done.
Yeah.
We can have a whole show about the Fab
He
Five.
ran out of timeouts.
Yeah.
But he didn't get past that, but he didn't do it in the NBA neither. I mean, he didn't. I don't even
He
feel
played
like
for the Kings, though.
Well, he was drafted by Golden State.
They were good. Yeah.
He's drafted by Golden State.
One of the most,
I would say he played for Golden State, but that 0-2 Western Conference Finals was rigged.
Yeah, that was rigged.
It was.
That's
All right,
garbage.
Hayden, what you got, man?
All right, so for my underachievers, I'm going to do a little bit of both. I'm going to start with teams. You said the 98 Braves. Hurts me to say it, but it's true. The 2016 Golden State Warriors, 73-9 in team. Steph Curry, unanimous MVP season, averaged 30, shooting over 46%. I don't even have to look at the notes. I'll memorize that one like that. Over 46% from the field, 50-40-90 player. How did that team not get it done? I mean, I know LeBron just showed, I'm not saying it.
What was the record? What was the record going in the finals?
Going into the finals,
they were up. Were they not up 3-1 and lost?
They were up
4 straight.
They were.
But the series before they had come back from a 3-1.
They were down 3-1 to the Oklahoma City. Came back.
Yeah. And then they let LeBron come back 3-1.
But do you think that? This is a whole another conversation. But do you think that happens if they don't suspend Draymond? That's a whole different conversation. But
he shouldn't be kicking people in the jewels.
Yeah, that is true.
That I feel like, if anything, that championship's on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. And he knows it, and I think everybody else knows it. So that's that one. And then also, I've got Chris Paul. We look at it.
I saw him on your list.
I got him on my list.
We got it. We look at it. Hope maybe this Golden State team will finally make it happen. He couldn't get it done in New Orleans. He couldn't get it done with Lob City in Los Angeles. He went to Houston, couldn't get it done there, and then he went to Phoenix.
Yeah.
Still couldn't get it done. Got traded to the Wizards, then got traded to Golden State. I mean, he's known as one of the greatest point guards of all time. But when is he going to get that ring? And we talk about that's one thing from his resume. He's a Hall of Famer, no doubt.
Oh man, he gets that ring. His resume. I think
Where does
it go?
Where does it go?
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, he wins a ring. Where do you put Chris Paul?
I'm not putting him in the top 10.
If he wins,
players of all time.
I think he's a top 5 point guard. Because he's
I
up
think
there
he's
with. I think he's up there with Curry. And
he's not that without a championship.
Yeah.
No, without a championship, he's.
No. And I will say, when he was in Houston, he had the worst teammate you could possibly have in James Harden.
Yeah. And they still made the Western Conference Finals, I believe, twice.
That dude's past underachievement.
Yeah.
For me.
Well, I've said my say with James Harden, so I'm done with that. All right, this is the one that's going to make some people upset. LeBron James.
Underachiever?
Yep.
See,
I think
hate
when
him.
it comes to hype, yes, he did live up to that. He is the all-time scoring leader. I understand that, but when it comes to that finals, he's only got 4. How many times has he been there?
He's been to
more than our hands can count. So that's the way I look at it.
And okay, and y'all know how I feel about him.
Yeah.
Dusty about to defend LeBron.
I had the guy maybe in the list with the guys who have upheld their end of the deal, like Tiger. And I put Peyton Manning there. Peyton, he probably could have won a couple more championships, but coming out of college, we all knew what Peyton was going to be. He goes to a terrible team. He gets them over the hump. They win. He goes. I know the title in Denver was a defense title, but anyways, he still won.
Yeah.
So yes, I have a hard time saying LeBron's an underachiever.
Yeah.
It pains me to argue that with you.
Yeah.
But that's my opinion.
But if you, like you said, if you look at it, I know he went into the Golden State Warriors, but when it comes to that, his expectations were, I'm not him, but everybody thinking, I'm the next MJ. I should be getting over 6 rings. I'm supposed to take the throne, not get to the throne and not.
I still go back. We've talked about it on the show. I go back to the whole Miami deal when he come in.
Exactly.
And we're not going to win not one, not two, not three,
not
whatever.
4.
But, if LeBron doesn't do the things he done when he got to Miami, and that's where he won his title. I know he's won in Cleveland, but we might look at him a little different.
Yeah.
And I get it. He didn't go to college. And like I said, I'm trying not to take over for the guy. I'm just trying to be real. He didn't go to college, so I feel like the Miami trip was his college.
Yeah.
Okay, now
that transition to him learning.
I'm not a LeBron fan either, and I'm not trying to defend him here. But what if he goes in that little Miami press conference? He goes, "Boy, I hope we win a championship here," and then just sits the microphone down. I mean, you want a guy to go up there. We're going to win 4, 5, 6, 7 rings.
You're right.
You want a guy to be. You don't want your team leader to go up there. Boy, I hope we have a good time and win some games.
I just feel like he's accomplished. Besides his titles, I mean, he's accomplished what he come to the league, what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
I just look at it as, this is my final say, but I just look at it as the hype that was around him. I get it. He's supposed to be the next greatest thing in all the world. Same thing like Wemby, so I'm going to hold him the same way. But he was supposed to be the guy that's supposed to be the next MJ and become the greatest player of all time. In some eyes, he is the greatest player of all time. Not my eyes, because still MJ 6-0. That's a whole different story. But that's the way I look at LeBron overachieving. That's why I say
that's fair.
In my point of view.
All right, Mike, what you got?
Okay, so mine are this is a bunch of like organizations and teams and stuff like that. I can't really, y'all said a bunch of y'all taken a bunch of the answers, but man, like pretty much most big market Major League Baseball teams this year, the New York Mets, the New York Yankees, the San Diego Padres, spend a crap load of money every year, and this year all three of those teams, to be nice, have sucked.
I love to see it.
It's awful. It's bad baseball.
Well, I believe it was the Scherzer was talking with the Mets front office, and it's like, what are we doing here? It's like, oh, we're trying to rebuild. It's like, are we going to be here next year? And he's like, I'm hoping for 25, 26, maybe will be our year. Scherzer's like what, 30, mid-30s?
He's 36, 37. Verlander's
he don't
39.
have that much longer.
He doesn't have 3 or 4 more good years in him.
You got 2 studs.
Verlander and Scherzer are 2 of the best active pitchers.
They got to perform on the field. But look at Verlander's what he's got going right now. He's like 1.32, and he's in his last however many games, like 6 or 7 games. I just think Verlander's stud. When I seen a little bit of talk of him coming to Atlanta, I was like, woo!
Yeah.
I'll take him.
Yeah. So the Yankees, they're all hurt. They get some guys back.
Did they overpay for Aaron Judge?
Oh, man, the whole Aaron Judge thing last offseason kind of just grinds my gears because he got traded to like 3 different teams and nothing happened. And then you got Domingo Germán, who throws the 24th or 25th perfect game in Major League Baseball history, and now he's in AA. So that guy's had a heck of a year.
Yeah.
And then you got the Padres. They spend all this money on Tatis. They spend all this money on Soto, on Machado, on Bogarts, on Blake Snell, on Yu Darvish. And they almost had to sell. I mean, they brought in some guys, got rid of some guys. You've had guys that they brought in like Nelson Cruz, that didn't work out. Matt Carpenter, that didn't work out. He hasn't been DFA'd yet, but he's probably getting close. I mean, the only big acquisition that's really played good for him this year is Gary Sanchez, and he's not a defensive catcher. He's made some guys look good though. And then when it comes to, I guess you could say the NFL. I mean, the Patriots, man. Everybody talks about, Belichick can win without Brady. And then he gets Mac Jones and Cam Newton and a couple other guys and hasn't done anything. And that's pretty much my list. Just a bunch of organizations that have supposed to be able to do stuff with, good coaches, good players, and just completely fell off the face of the earth.
All right, I'm going to run through my list here quickly. Cam Newton, you already mentioned him. Had that MVP and then went
bad.
All talk, and he spent more time in his closet trying to find his outfit for the day than he did actually working out.
But man, he could dress, couldn't he?
He could
dress. Yep.
It looked like Cat in the Hat one time.
I'm going to go Reggie Bush. A lot of hype coming out of USC, and
man,
it took his Heisman and he fell off.
Didn't do anything in the NFL really.
That's great.
Basketball, I'm going to go Kentucky hoops under John Calipari.
Oh, that's
and good. I'm not only just going John Calipari and his only one national championship. Is there any current Kentucky Hall of Famers, like NBA Hall of Famers out of that group, that all those one and dones?
Because I don't think John Wall's a Hall of Famer.
Nope.
DeMarcus Cousins isn't a Hall of Famer. Brandon Knight, Anthony Davis may be the only one.
I mean, Anthony Davis,
Booker,
and Book, they'll be the only one.
I mean, that might be it.
All those one and dones, and he's got one national championship, and I mean,
it's just that Kentucky blue.
But don't worry, they're getting a bunch of 5-stars this year, and they're going to do it this year.
I'm going to go Carmelo Anthony as well.
Okay.
Oh,
everyone beef with Carmelo.
He's the biggest ball stopper. No one can kill an offense better than Carmelo Anthony. But hey, he's got a couple gold medals. That's as good as an NBA championship.
Carmelo you get Carmelo in the Olympics, and he is the greatest player of all time.
Absolutely.
I'm going to go golf-wise. Michelle Wee and Sergio Garcia.
Michelle Wee. Oh man,
he was supposed to challenge Tiger. Michelle Wee was supposed to be Tiger. Each of them just have one major, just one.
And she don't even play for. She played She played the other day at the U.S. Open.
Yeah.
Just for her sponsorship.
Yeah.
I mean, she don't even play golf.
Yeah. Wow. Greg Norman. Was supposed to be the greatest of all time, and only has 2 British Opens. No one. I don't think anyone led more on Saturdays and blew the lead.
And he's turned his back on the PGA.
Yep. Baseball. I'm going to go Chris Bryant.
Oh, you going with old Cubby?
Yeah, well,
2017 MVP.
Yeah, 16 MVP.
16.
And then hasn't done anything yet, and has been a total bust in Colorado.
I feel so bad for him because Colorado is such an easy place to hit, and he
should hit 50 home runs in Colorado.
Yeah. And going back to football, I'm gonna go Randy Moss and Terrell Owens.
Randy Moss.
They single-handedly destroyed franchises with no championships to show.
Randy did it 3 times.
Yeah.
God, and I'm going to agree with you, but Randy Moss is my guy.
Oh, he's so much fun to watch. Dude. I know you don't like him because he's awful in interview, but dude, he was fun to watch.
He's not a good human being, and he's trying to make up for it by being an even worse human being. That's another day for another time. Antonio Brown.
Oh man! You got my gears down.
Antonio Brown, Jim Harbaugh.
Oh, he was on mine because he was drafted, second or third?
Yeah. Ooh. And then hockey-wise, this is going to be a little bit controversial with my hockey friends. I'm going to go Gretzky's Kings because remember his trade to L.A. It boomed hockey in the U.S. and we got more teams because of that, but he only went to 1 Stanley Cup final and never really got beyond that. And then, as far as an organization goes, I'm going to go Billy Bean's A's.
Oh.
They made a movie about him. You know how many playoff series they won?
1? 0?
Zero.
And listen, I love that movie, but gosh, I mean, I hate the Oakland Athletics.
Yeah. I can't even. Well, I don't even want to talk about them.
And there's so many people in that movie, that were big contributors to that. I believe it was 02 the A's that year that got no love, Pena and stuff like that. The only people they really talk about is Scott Hatteberg. Yeah. He's the only person they really bring up in the movie. Everyone else, I mean, there's 9 guys on the field.
Yeah.
It's played by Chris Pratt. All right, so that was officially the longest segment in xSports Live history.
Really?
Yeah, we're almost at 30 minutes.
God, I wouldn't even done. I had an honorable mention.
Producer Kevin's about ready to kill us all. So, coming up next, we're going to have our rant segment to close things out. That's next here on xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ.
Southern Craft Manufacturing is dedicated to creating the finest quality and greatest value products in the death care industry. Southern Craft has perfected blending old world craftsmanship with modern manufacturing technologies to create a full line of steel, wood, and corrugated caskets. Family owned and operated for over 30 years, Southern Craft is now looking to hire local and regional truck drivers, welders, and production workers, each with great starting pay and a benefits package. For more information, visit SouthernCraftMFG.com.
Hit a home run with the team at United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
On the web, 931-321-8226.
Tommy Johnson, 931-722-4840.
Tyler Webb, 731-438-2084.
Travis Caldwell's 931-629-3033. You're safe with United Country Southern Tennessee Realty.
Southern Tennessee Orthopedics welcomes orthopedic surgeon Dr. Paul Thomas. Count on Dr. Paul Thomas, podiatrist Dr. James Barksdale, and nurse practitioner Doug Iad at Southern Tennessee Orthopedics to keep your life in motion. Injuries and foot pain can rob you of the activities you enjoy most. So our team is here, close to home, to address the pain and to get you moving again. Southern Tennessee Orthopedics. From the routine to the unforeseen, you can count on us. To learn more, visit southerntennesseemedicalgroup.com or to schedule an appointment, call 931-762-4400.
Story and Lee, the Tennessee Valley's most dynamic furniture store, featuring our Made in America galleries with solid wood dining and bedrooms, leather furniture, mattresses, and so much more. You want it? We've got it. With our 3 acres of showroom and our huge warehouse, we're sure to have exactly what you want. And it's all ready to be delivered to your home absolutely free. Just try that anywhere else. We are Story and Lee.
For the best at-home care in Lawrence County, the Summit at Home is the right company for you. We have a friendly staff over 25 that is trained, educated, and qualified to help with all your needs within your household. Our non-medical services include transportation, housework, dressing, and companionship. We are also covered by most long-term care providers. For more information, please call 931-762-2310.
Tired of driving into the city every time you need appliances, furniture, or heck, just about anything? Next time, stay local and come to Swap and Shop Center. We have everything you want, from computers to furniture, major appliances, lawn and garden tools, electronics, you name it. Our #1 goal is to get you the items you need at a price you can afford. We even offer 120 days same as cash financing. We won't be undersold. We specialize in service after the sale. We pick up where everyone else leaves off. Swap and Shop Center, family owned and operated in Lawrenceburg for over 61 years.
Tennessee Flight Training. We are training the next generation of pilots. Come and see why Tennessee Flight Training is the best way to learn to fly. Tennessee Flight Training. The skies are calling.
This is the xSports Network.
Welcome back to xSports Live, brought to you by Hinie's BBQ. It's our final segment here of the show. Time for us guys to get some stuff off our chests. Mike, we're going to start with you.
Major League Baseball trade deadline sucked this year. I mean, oh my gosh, it was so hyped up. Where's Shohei going to go? Is Aaron Judge going to get traded? And the only big names that get moved around are Verlander and Scherzer. It was awful. You know, this team's going to buy. Is this team going to sell? I mean, the only other real interesting thing that happened was Eduardo Rodriguez, turning down his trade to the Dodgers. Mm-hmm. It was just pretty sucky this year. I mean, some years you got guys like Soto and Blake Snell and things like that happen, and the Trey Turner and Max Scherzer thing back in 21, and this year it was kind of just I mean, some of the biggest names traded are Michael Lorenzen. Yeah, my point. And he's
on my fantasy team. That's how I know where he is.
Lucas Giolito. I mean, it was just the White Sox selling all their pitchers pretty much. And
I'd love to see that though.
But that's my rant. The Major League Baseball trade deadline for 2023 was awful.
Yeah. All right, my rant is it's been at the new building. So yeah, Kevin looked at me. So it's with those tiles. It's one of those insulation soundproof tiles. Dude, we were digging up for wires up in the ceiling, and you know how insulation is. My hands got to burning this whole week. I'm telling you, ask Kevin. Holy crap!
Has he got pudding hands?
Do I have pudding hands? No, I don't. I'm getting there though. With as much as it's been a whole lot of hard work. But man, I'm telling you, dude, I had to wash my hands at least maybe 50 times every day. It was so bad. Like, I was hurting. So that's what I'm gonna say. I'm telling Ben, look, I know the building's new, but hey, which camera's working, Kevin? That one. Ben, I love you. I love you, Dad. But hey, when we get enough money, when we get enough upgrade, look, can we get some new ceiling tiles, please? Something. Kevin says it's not happening, but hey, that's my rant.
He done got fired.
There's my rant.
Oh man,
Ben, I love you. I'm sorry, but I had to say it. That's my rant for this week.
Well, if you washed your hands 50 times, how many times Ben washed his?
Am I going to double it or triple it?
To be honest, I didn't keep count, but probably more than mine. So,
Wow, I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Boy, I did not.
That was a good one.
I told you it was petty.
Yeah.
I told you it was petty.
Wow.
Well, speaking of petty, you said yours is petty.
All right. It just bothers me. Harbaugh getting suspended for buying a cheeseburger. Come on, really? Now, I know that there's more to the story where he lied to investigators and blah, blah, blah. He was buying a cheeseburger. We can give these guys millions of dollars to come and do whatever, but we can't buy somebody a cheeseburger without getting suspended 4 games?
He was. I don't believe he was. He had like signed to the team or something like that. So it's some of the NCAA rule where you can't pay a recruit. But that was back before NIL was a thing.
I know, but a cheeseburger.
Bruce Pearl got exercised from Tennessee because he had a barbecue for his team. And then lied about it.
Well, that's inviting them to your house. I mean, they're at a restaurant. I mean, like a barbecue. They're at a burger joint.
He spent $8.
And I'm not a Harbaugh guy, but I'm just thinking, really?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's ridiculous.
I know why you're ranting about this is because you picked Michigan to win it all.
And now they might lose.
And now
they're going to lose a game to like Colorado State or something.
I'm going to take back my pick.
And that's why I put Penn State in my Final Four.
And this guy right here
listen, I'm standing by.
I don't know what kind of Kool-Aid what they've been drinking down.
I mean, he
listen. When my Final
Jim
Four
Jones stuff going
listen,
up
when my Final Four is right, I'm just gonna sit there and smile.
Your Final Four is right. I'll buy you a ribeye steak dinner.
When Dion comes into the house of the Longhorns, and with his 1.5 feet,
You do not think Colorado is going to beat Texas?
They lost to Maryland on
Colorado is awful.
Well, so was Maryland when they went into Austin and won those games.
No.
I'm standing by until they lose their first 2 games, and I completely jump ship.
And you think Penn State's going to beat Ohio State?
I think this is the most talented team.
I could say
That's
that
more
though. That's pretty realistic.
I think this is the most talented team that James Franklin has ever had.
What name did you just say? What name did you
He's
just
won
say?
a Big Ten championship.
What name did you say?
James Franklin.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
He's the most talented. He made Vanderbilt look good for a couple of years.
Vanderbilt don't even have a football team. They don't need a football team.
They're in Conference USA.
They're in conference. They're in like the Sun Belt.
Conference USA, Sun Belt.
They're in the
They're
Southern
joining the
States.
Ivy League.
Southern States. Yeah.
They ought to join the Ivy League. That'd be good for
They're
them.
NAIA school.
They've been reclassified. They're going to 2A for CSSAA.
They might not even be JUCO.
They're in the ASSAA. Speaking of that story, let's talk about that one too. Yeah. That one's working again. So we were at lunch the other day. We were having a sports meeting. Hey, I got permission for this one, so I'm good on this one. So we were having lunch at Society the other day. We were talking about what we're going to do for the show this morning that we had at the new range at Wahali. And so, anyways, we were talking about the TSSAA, all their new rules, and how we didn't, really like them, and so on and so forth. So Ben gets to talking about the Alabama one, which is actually the AHSAA. He's got me saying it now, but he says the ASSAA, and it was Kevin, Sam, and I look at each other like, what? Did he just say that? We all just laugh. So Ben, like I said, I'm gonna say it again. I love you. You gave me permission on that one. So
Ben is a huge sponsor of the ASSAA.
yeah, he's a huge sponsor of the ASSAA. Yeah, we're not doing any more games in Alabama anymore. It's over with for us.
They still love us over there.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that term, I've got a few short rants. Number one, Tim Krieger, the Tennessean's an idiot. Next rant. I think we already know that, and I think most people across the state of Tennessee know that.
I think you're right.
Yeah. Inflation's the reason why they got to charge us so much. That's so stupid.
That dude has
moron.
lost his mind.
Yeah, he's so. I can't actually say what I want to say.
No, you get in trouble, Kevin, too.
Yeah.
He's something.
Yeah, that's why you're on your best behavior.
I am. I backed
Kevin's
it
here.
right. Kevin told me when I walked in the door. I walked in, he started pointing at me. I hadn't seen the guy in a month.
Also, Michaelis, who cares? You're from the Cardinals. You guys are tanking. Really, you hit Ian Happ, and you couldn't even hit him on the first pitch in the back for an accidental backswing.
Oh, I love it.
When your catcher has been hit the most by backswings in baseball, maybe tell him scoot back. Maybe we don't miss him in Chicago, you moron.
No, my favorite thing is, Contreras went up and apologized. They
hugged it out,
and Mike was like,
I've learned this from David Weathers. You hit him the first time, if not, let it go on. He got the message after the first pitch.
Yes.
You know what? He deserved to get ejected. He deserved to go out. And you know what? I wish they would have traded you to purgatory in San Diego so they can pound you for the rest of your life.
It's not the pitchers that have been the problem for San Diego. It's their batters.
Yeah.
I mean, Juan Soto's on base percentage is 400, but everyone else just not good.
My next small rant is, I know there's that new rule in the TSSAA when it comes to fan ejections and whatnot and banning. I just want to say this to everybody. Let's not give them a reason to this become a story. Let's keep it civilized. If you got a comment, you know how egotistical some of our officials, not all of them, but some of them are. Don't give them a reason to do it. If you got a comment, keep it to yourself. That way, do not give them a reason, because it's a lawsuit waiting to happen. I'm actually kind of excited for it. I just don't want it to happen here. So
no, we don't need to happen here, but you're right. It's going to happen.
It's going to happen. There's going to be some team up north in
Nashville. And Tim Krieger. Oh yeah, they will enforce it. Yeah, the 6 peons behind their desks making $100,000 a year are going to enforce that.
But listen, I feel like this is going to kill high school sports because, listen, any matchup between two teams in our county is highly anticipated. It's fun.
It don't matter.
And the fusion, everybody is, anticipation, build up, and they go out in the court and play it out, and the fans are yelling at each other. I find those environments fun, and this rule is going to kill some of those.
But the point of that, this is what I'm trying to wrap my head around, and I talked to y'all about it. What was the point of them doing that, though? Let's think about it, because we were talking about
the singular incident that led to that?
Exactly. What's the incident that happened? Because, let's say Summertown and Lawrence County play. It's going to be in Lawrence County. What happens if a Summertown fan gets thrown out at Lawrence County High School? What happens then? Because we talked about it.
The way the rule states is Lawrence County High School is getting fouled.
And how can they prove what he said, he or she said? And are they even going to get the right person?
Yeah, are they going to get the right person?
How many times last year did we see just at the Ralph?
Yeah.
We're sitting up here, and there's people right down in front of us that's, jumping up, pointing. And we might have had our hand. They could have pointed at me and you.
Yeah.
And said, "Hey, y'all got to go."
Yeah.
We ain't said no. We're on air.
We're on air.
They can't hear us from where we are, so it's going to get abused.
Yeah.
And
it's going to be tested.
You're going to have your power trips.
Yeah, but everybody, let's just not give them a reason to do it. Let's, be passionate. You can, as long as you don't go to a certain level.
Don't get to a certain point where it's
I think they're going to try to take the passion out.
Yeah, but I'm like you. I would love to know. And also, my final rant, it's for Clint. He's not here. The reason he's not here because someone drove into his barber shop. Seriously, if you drive off the road into a house, I don't know what the circumstances were. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. But seriously, you drove into someone's building, into someone's house, you probably need your license revoked for a very long time. But then I don't want to jump to conclusions on that.
How far off the road is this building?
It's good size. You shouldn't go off the road.
Yeah.
The red light at First Street, right down here.
Yeah.
The little round or octagon building that sits right there on the corner.
Yeah. I'm just thankful no one was hurt.
Absolutely.
Again, I don't know what happened. I don't know what caused that. I want to give whoever this person was the benefit of the doubt that their
tire blew out or something.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't know what happened.
But this is just for drivers, and right, we don't know what happened.
Right.
And just for drivers in general, if you've ever purposely driven off, or if you've done something or been on something, and you should have your license revoked, and you should have to drive a moped or a clown car down the road. But then,
a unicycle.
Beep, beep.
The number one thing, nobody got hurt. That's all.
That's the most important thing.
Nobody got hurt.
Again, we're glad that even the person that drove in there, hopefully they're not
they're
hurt.
okay.
We hope that there's a good reason behind it. That's all we hope for. So that's it for xSports Live. So for Dusty Kaiser, Hayden Burks, Michael Marks, and producer extraordinaire back behind it. No more Sam. He's playing football.
We got Kevin.
We got Kevin back.
We got Kevin.
He is back here on xSports.
We better stay in our best behavior.
Yeah, especially this guy.
Welcome. We got Kevin.
So that will do it for tonight. We'll see you guys next week.
This is the xSports Network.